Han,
Yes, babe.
I have a question.
Far away.
What is one childhood memory you'll never forget?
One memory I'll never forget. It's an easy one. It was Christmas Day, 1968, December 25th, and we discovered our father was dead. He had a heart attack. He was lying on the bed, and my two older brothers had discovered him, and they came screaming through the house, and there was chaos. There was absolute chaos. I was told to go to our neighbour next door. We were living in Middlesbrough at the time. It's a northern town up north. It used to be called North Yorkshire, but now it's called Cleveland. I knocked on our neighbour's door, and she was really surprised to see me, being Christmas Day. And it was being very early. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning, and they were planning for their own Christmas. Told what had happened. My father was dead, and what should we do? Because we were all relatively young. I was 5 years old. I was 5 years old at the time. So my brothers were only a few years older than we were. So we're all a very young family. We come from a family of 7. My sister was crying. My brothers were confused, didn't know what to do. Not saying I did, but they were screaming around, and I didn't see the sense in screaming. It didn't seem to do anyone any good. The neighbours came in, looked at my father, called an ambulance. It was far too late. He'd died peacefully in his sleep. So they called the ambulance. The ambulance came. They checked the body. Then they called the police because they wanted to find out if there'd been any foul play. Foul play means if he'd been murdered rather than just died. So they left the bed they left the body where it was on the bed. Can you imagine what a start to Christmas Day? Eh? Not that we had any kids. We didn't have any presents. Our father wasn't the best father in the world, so whatever money he had went on booze and good living. I'll put it that way. But it certainly didn't go on presents for the kids on Christmas Day.
Daddy, how did your daddy die?
He died of a heart attack. His heart just stopped beating.
So what happened after that?
After that, things moved very quickly. My 2 eldest brothers and my eldest sister went to stay with relatives in a little village called Lingdale. That is in Yorkshire. Myself, my younger sister, and my middle sister.
Daddy,
Yes, Serena.
what about, were you inside an orphanage because you had no family because
Yes, Serena. They put us in an orphanage. They put in an orphanage for 3 days.
for 3 days?
Yeah.
Who were your new parents?
Well, we didn't have parents. The orphanage was run by the Catholic Church. So the orphanage was run by a priest and some nuns. But as I said, it's a day for my childhood I'll never forget. As I said, for Christmas Day and in the next 3 days, we were in a Catholic orphanage, not treated very well because they didn't have any money and they didn't anticipate us coming. So whatever money they had budgeted for, they now had to feed 3 more mouths. So for the first night we had to sleep on the floor because they didn't have any spare beds.
Maybe your daddy had a heart attack when your daddy was drinking some beer, and then the next day when he was sleeping, he simply just died because of all of the beer he drank.
So the roundup of it is, it's not a particularly nice thing to remember, but because it had a pronounced effect on me as a child, this kind of thing when you have trust issues, you put all your trust in one person and they let you down so many times. So as a child I had trust issues. So I became very determined to set my pace in this world. And obviously I don't drink alcohol very much because I see what it does to your heart, it does with your body. So yeah, so I said it's not a nice thing to remember, but it had a very pronounced effect on me as a child.
Okay.
Okay.